And so how do we do that? So first off, we try and think about this in the context of coordination and comprehensive approach. That's partly about organizing ourselves better. So we have recently formed a new border security command, which brings together all the agencies that are dealing with these issues. So our immigration enforcement agency, our MI5, the National Crime Agency, and our border force, all in one place, all working together, sharing information and finding new ways to get after the problem at our end. But we also need to deal with it upstream, and that means that we need relationships and functioning cooperation with international partners. Now, this week, I'm sure many or all of you have seen that the UK and the European Union reached an extremely important set of agreements, really comprehensive. I recommend you have a look at the scope of them, which is really ambitious. But within the security and defence partnership that we have signed, there is a significant element which is about strengthening our partnership on tackling migration, illegal migration in particular, and on strengthening our cooperation with Frontex as well. We signed a working agreement with Frontex in February this year, and we have a plan to develop that, but this new agreement will allow us to go further still. So we are very much looking forward to strengthening our partnership and cooperation with the European Union, sharing our experience, sharing information and data, and working together on solutions that will help us to tackle it. But of course, the migrant routes start before the European Union, and so we need to work upstream, and we're doing that with countries like Iraq and Turkey, for example, but also with the Western Balkans as really important partners. As you said, Alexandra, we are hosting the Berlin Process Summit in London this year in the autumn. I was at the last one in 2018 in London, so it'll be great to host it again from this perspective. The theme of the Berlin Process Summit will be growth and security, and it will be an opportunity for us to look at this issue of migration, which I think is relevant to all of us, both in the Western Balkans and the European partners who will be there. With Serbia, I'm pleased to say we enjoy a really strong operational partnership with our law enforcement agencies. We cooperate extremely effectively. When our Foreign Secretary was here last month, we signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Interior that will allow us to share information on these issues more effectively, more speedily, and more directly. So that is also really welcome. And our Border Security Command were here last week to talk about how we can build on that and take things forward. So we have a very live conversation. We have a lot of work to do to bring this issue back into the levels of healthy, positive migration rather than uncontrolled and damaging migration. And I think it is, of course, relevant to say as well that when we fail to control this problem, it does have an impact on our politics. And this is why it is a top priority for our government. It was not the only issue in our Brexit debate, but it was an important one. In our local elections this month, anti-migration parties made significant advances. So our government is very keen to, as I say, get a grip on this issue, manage it effectively within the constraints of international law and our values very much. But we are looking for creative solutions, and we are looking for partners to help us implement those.